This is n8n running on my laptop. I got no trial, no subscription, no server. Just Docker, a free tool called ngrok, and about 10 minutes of setup. If you want to actually get familiar with n8n before you commit to anything, this is the way I would do it. Now, if you've been looking into n8n, you've probably seen the cloud version. It's a solid product. You sign up, everything's managed for you, and you're building workflows in minutes. The trial gives you 14 days to try it out, and for a lot of people, that's perfectly fine. But here's the thing, 14 days goes really fast when you're still figuring out the basics. Some people will tell you to just start on cloud because it removes the technical friction. And honestly, that's fair advice if Docker genuinely intimidates you. But if you're even a little bit technical, what I'm about to show you takes the same amount of time as setting up a cloud account. Here's what we're building today. n8n is going to run inside your Docker on your laptop. Nothing outside can reach it, which means webhooks from external apps won't work. ngrok solves that. It creates a secure tunnel from the internet directly into your local machine. So when an app like Stripe, Typeform, or GitHub fires a webhook, ngrok catches it and forwards it straight into your n8n instance. Think of it as a temporary public address for your laptop. And here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. If you're running other local services like a local AI model, a database, or other Docker containers, your local n8n can talk to all of them directly. Cloud n8n simply can't do that unless you expose your network. The ngrok free tier is more than enough for learning and testing. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully working, completely free n8n setup that can receive webhooks from any application on the internet, running entirely on your laptop. Before we start, here's everything you need. A computer, Windows, Mac, or Linux all work fine. Docker Desktop, it's a free download, takes about 2 minutes to install. If you go to their site, they have pages that shows how to install depending on your operating system. A free ngrok account, also free. That's genuinely it. Let's go and build it. Alright, this part, we're assuming you've got Docker Desktop installed and running. Open up your terminal. If you're on Windows, you can use PowerShell or the built-in terminal in Docker Desktop. We're going to run one single command to get n8n up. Let me break down what this actually does so it's not just a magic command you copy and paste. First part, docker run. Starts a new container. Simple enough. Next is the IT flag. This keeps the container attached to your terminal so you can see the n8n logs in real time. It's how you know it's actually running. The RM flag. This actually removes the container when you stop it. But don't worry, your data is safe. It only removes the container process, not the volume, where your workflows are stored. Name flag. It just gives you a friendly name so we can refer to it later. Now the P, this one maps port 5678 on your laptop to port 5678 inside the container. That's the port n8n listens on. Next is the V. This is important. This creates a persistent volume, which means your workflows are saved even if you stop and restart the container. You won't lose your work. Last part is just the official n8n image. Hit enter and Docker will pull the image. First time will take a minute or two depending on your connection. After that, it's instant. Alright, once it's done, you'll see the n8n starting up on the terminal. Open your browser and go to localhost 5678. You should see the n8n setup screen. Go ahead and create your owner account. This is just local, so don't stress too much about the password. And that's it. n8n is running on your laptop. Next, I recommend you activating that. You'll get an email from n8n with an activation code. Go ahead and apply that on your instance. Set up ngrok. Head over to ngrok.com, sign up for a free account, and download the ngrok agent for your operating system. Once it's installed, you need to connect it to your account by adding your auth token, which you'll find on your ngrok dashboard. And the command looks like this. So I copied my auth token and assigned to an environment variable, and then placed that environment variable onto the command on your terminal. Then press enter. Now to expose your local n8n to the internet, run this. ngrok will start up and give you a public URL. It'll look something like this. That URL is now pointing directly at your local n8n instance. You copy that because that's what you'll need to call your instance from the internet. Let's go back to n8n. Let's do a quick test so you can see it actually works. I have a very simple workflow I made. I have a webhook trigger node. I set the method to get and copy the production URL it generates. Make sure you publish it. I want to replicate a real scenario where a third party will call my endpoint from the internet. So I will be using this site and paste that URL and add this header. You'll see the response. Workflow has started. That means the webhook just acknowledges your request, but does not really wait for the workflow to finish. So let's quickly fix that by adding a response node and maybe adding a custom message to it. I'm adding a new key and we'll use that as the response. Let's try that again. There you have it. Your local n8n is now receiving live webhook requests from the internet. Any app that supports webhooks like Stripe, Typeform, GitHub, whatever you're building with, can now talk to your local setup. Before we wrap up, a few honest things about this setup so there are no surprises. This is a learning environment, not a production one. When you close your laptop, n8n goes offline. Same with the tunnel. The free ngrok tier does give you one static subdomain now, which is a nice improvement, but it's still not something you'd hand to a client or use in a real production webhook URL. It's just not a clean look. But for learning purposes, the free tier is completely fine. And if you're working with a team, there's no workflow collaboration on the community edition. One thing that actually works in your favor though, self-hosted n8n gives you access to the entire community node ecosystem. Nodes that the cloud version simply won't let you install. You can also create your own custom nodes, which you can easily implement on the instance. The best way to learn n8n without any pressure or commitment. And when you've outgrown it, you'll know exactly where to go next. So that's it. n8n running locally on your laptop. Completely free with live webhooks working through ngrok. I hope you learned something new today.